From Appleton, Wisconsin, this is the Anderson Pens Podcast.
Welcome to Anderson Pens Podcast, episode 427 for Thursday, February 17th, 2022.
This week, we have banter, news, updates, my ink of the week, a sailor in our hot little hands, a fleet of drunken sailors that will arrive tomorrow. What else have we got? We've got a squadron of pelicans. We have a contest winner. We have a new contest. Plus, we have items from LAMY and Platinum that are coming soon.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, Brian.
Did you know I have a friend, I used to be in the music business.
Yes.
Who writes music about sewing machines.
Music about sewing machines. Hit me.
Yeah, he's a singer-songwriter.
He's a singer-songwriter.
Or so it seems.
Or so it seems. Very good. What did the vegetarian say to the doctor? He said, I feel good from my head to my toes.
Oh.
This is, they say we're supposed to do banter now.
Banter.
Banter. You got any banter?
Fantastic.
We'll just see what happens.
Yes.
The location bumper at the beginning.
One of my favorite places.
One of your favorite places, called
in
Copper
Appleton.
Rock. It's a coffee shop, but they sell things that you can nibble on too.
Scones.
Scones.
Are fantastic.
Or scones,
Yes.
depending on where you're from. It's about, what, 2 blocks?
2 blocks.
2 blocks.
Yep, 2 blocks from the store. So when you come here to the store, you can have a little snack afterwards.
Absolutely. We get the... it's not a macchiato. It's
The
a
caramel
rocchiato
Caramel
because it's Copper Rock. This is our, I want to call it our destination, but it's really the reason we do bike rides on Sundays because that's where we end
It's
up.
to justify the coffee and the scone.
Did you have a nice Valentine's Day?
I had a lonely Valentine's Day.
Lonely Valentine's Day. I had a date.
You had a date?
I had a date. And
Really?
the next day I had a raisin.
Oh.
Today I might have a grape.
Yes. I see.
InCoWriMo, day 17.
I'm doing fantastic
Are
this
you?
year.
What does that mean?
I'm up to 4.
4 on day 17?
Yes.
But that's good for you, right?
Well, that's where I was last week. So
Well, you've made no progress. Did you get my, I sent you something.
I did not get it.
Okay, it's in the mail. It's in the mail. And I should mention that I do receive InCoWriMo mail, and some of that InCoWriMo mail comes from viewers of this podcast.
Yes.
So I'm going to call that fan mail. So I have responded to these, but I have to say thank you to Jackie, thank you to Eleanor, thank you to Farah, and this one is from Alan. That just got here, so I haven't responded to that one yet. So InCoWriMo is great for me. Speaking of InCoWriMo, I have failed to mention, so I'm going to mention it this week, that in one of our previous podcasts, in fact, it was 425, Rob Mick said in a comment, if you really like the United States Postal Service, they have a fascinating podcast called Mailin. I'm learning a lot. I watched that this week.
Did you?
It was
How
great.
was it?
Yeah, I like it. It's something new, so there's maybe 10 episodes.
Okay.
And it's audio only. But they talk about things that... how zip codes, to understand zip codes. If you like the mailing service, and I do, I like the post office, you will find it interesting. If you don't like the post office or that stuff, don't bother.
It's a quirky podcast.
It's a quirky podcast.
Okay.
It's a quirky podcast. What have you got?
What have I got?
What have you got?
For what?
Anything bantery? Because I'm going to move on to YouTube in a second.
Let's move on to YouTube. Yeah.
Last Friday, Hot Stuff Sailor, New Jersey hit
Yes.
the airways. Last Tuesday, of course, if you remember right here on this podcast, I lied to this audience, and I do apologize.
That's not the first time.
Not the first time,
Yes.
but I'm admitting it this time. That's the difference. Last Tuesday, I said that this Tuesday, the past Tuesday, in the last podcast, I said that last Tuesday we were going to release your store tour. We didn't, and it was my fault. So I'm making you redo it, aren't I?
Well,
Yeah.
yes, you are. Yes.
Yeah, I'm making you redo it. So maybe we'll get that out next Tuesday. This coming Friday, tomorrow, Hot Stuff, Diplomat Caramel.
Oh, that's a cool color.
Perhaps next Tuesday I'll try again a tour of Anderson Pens. And next Wednesday, something very special that you're going to record soon is the preview of your vintage mailer pen.
Oh, yes. Those are coming up.
You were looking at them this morning, weren't you?
Yes, I was. Yeah, some of them.
You showed me some. They're very nice.
They're very nice. Very nice.
Remind people of that.
Through April.
I thought it was March, but we'll see what happens. It's February and March, I heard.
Yes. February and March, Faber-Castell 20% off all pens and bottled ink.
Which is a good deal on the ink.
Which is a
and
fantastic
I see a lot of it flying out the door.
Yes. And ambitions are perfect in that price range.
Yep.
Your looms are super cheap. So really
It's
some
a
good
really good
pens
deal.
at
20% off on that. Not the polyballs, but they're only $6 or something.
$7.
$7, okay. And another reminder is that by the time you see this video, we should have more Penlux Masterpiece Delgado betas in stock.
Yeah, they swam out.
They swam out. I didn't even get to see one. Hopefully we'll have one in our hot little hands next week. Can I do my ink of the week?
Yes, why don't you?
My ink of the week this week was Taccia Ukiyo-e Hokusai-Sabimidori.
Say that 10 times fast.
No, I'm glad I got through it the first time. Which looks like this.
That's fantastic.
Justin will show you a closer picture, but I really liked it. It does different things on different papers, and I like inks that do that because they're surprising. I guess unless I was going to write a letter that I didn't want to surprise, but you don't write a business letter. So I have no problem with ink doing whatever it does on the paper. In fact, it's a nice surprise. This particular one, for me, I could write it, and as it goes down on the paper, it was blue, a very nice blue. And you could I could watch it dry to this beautiful, calm teal, I call it, teal.
And it's got a little sheen to it.
It's got some sheen. It's got some sheen, especially in a broad nib or perhaps a pilot parallel or a handprint.
If you just so happen to do that.
If you just so happen to do that. It's no feathering, no bleed through, minimal show through, I'd say, because I'm using very thin Hobonichi paper. You can kind of see it on the other side, but it absolutely doesn't bother me. Easy cleanup everywhere except your fingers, your nail beds. Good luck with that. It comes in a very nice little bottle, 40 milliliters, glass bottle, but the box.
The box is to die for. Yep.
And all of these Ukiyo-e
Ukiyo-e,
have artwork on them. You really need to buy all.
You need to buy two just so you have.
Just to have both sides of it. You get two of each and put them on your wall.
Yes.
Just for that.
They're very well done.
Yeah, they did a really nice job.
Yeah. And that's one of the most popular in that series. Yeah.
I think we're out of it at the moment, but of course.
Yeah, it's always on order. Yeah.
We have always on order. But we've got some samples because I took a sample for that. So, very lovely ink. I'm probably going to keep using it.
What did the duck say when it bought chapstick? Put it on my bill.
So this week, I've got the Sailor Pro Gear. Every rose has its thorn.
I have one too.
This is the full-size model. It is a North American exclusive, limited edition. And it's the first North American exclusive with a 21 karat rose gold nib. And it comes in fine, medium, and medium. And then it has, it's a sparkling ivory with a rose gold trim on it.
We talked about this on a podcast, not you and I. It was when Lisa was here. And we didn't have it in our hands. We had pictures. And when we saw the pictures, I said, it kind of has, to me, it kind of has a bluish tint to it.
It does, yeah.
And it does. It's, when they said ivory, I figured it would be whiter, but it has a blue.
It's very unique
hue, and it sparkles. Rose gold trim, which is gorgeous on this pen. Yeah,
this is really striking,
and a beautiful nib. It's the first North American exclusive with 21 karat
with the rose gold.
Gold 21 karat.
Yes.
Well, it's gorgeous,
which is not very common anyway.
So if you see the pictures of this, and it seems like it has. To my eye, it's sort of a blue hue behind the ivory or in the ivory. It does actually have that. And I thought I saw that in the pictures, which I told Lisa when she was here. Nice box, too.
And it's got a cute little sleeve for the box. It's got a little coppery.
It's probably supposed to be rose gold.
Rose gold, yeah.
Rose goldie.
Rose goldie. With a rose on it. So.
With a rose. But speaking of Sailor, something's coming tomorrow that I'm excited about.
Yes, these look great.
What are these?
The Sailor Gin Cocktail Series. So these are limited edition, 5 full-size Pro Gear pens. 21 karat nibs in fine, medium, or medium. We'll talk about that in a second. It's a set of 5 pens plus a leather 5-pen case. 400 pieces, sets worldwide, not in Japan. Around the World, which is a lime color, Violet Fizz, which is a light purple, Blue Train, which is blue, Argentina, which is orange, and Gin Martini, which is an ivory whitish color.
Which one's your favorite?
I like the Blue Train.
You like the Blue Train?
I do like the Blue Train.
Oh, the lime color, the one that, no, that's Around the World. The Blue Train is
blue.
and around the world is. I thought you were going to say around the world because that's
Looks like the après ski.
ski.
Après ski, yeah.
But I'm kind of liking the Argentina. Now these are, I imagine, names of drinks, cocktails made with gin. The only one I recognize is gin martini. I do not know the other drinks.
So I'm not much of a cocktail.
I might have to try those out to see which pen I really like. They come in a set of 5.
It's a set of 5, and so when you choose your nib, it's fine, medium, fine, or medium. It's all pens of that nib size in the set.
So no mixing and matching.
Yeah, so you
set.
can't have a blue with a fine and a
Okay.
violet fizz with the medium fine. So it's all fine, all medium fine, or all medium.
Fine, and we'll talk about that in a moment because that was our contest last week. If you want the fine, you'll get all 5 pens in fine.
Yes. Yeah. So
And,
very, very limited. We are going to be selling as sets
okay.
right off the bat. If the sets don't sell, we will then break them up. So if you only wanted, you didn't want to buy 5, which is
Well, I know that some of these sets are going to sell.
Yes,
'Cause they're
yes.
not completely out of the price.
yeah, we have had people call and say, I want a set. So
Plus, they're the price of 5 pens.
yes,
There's no-
there's no
premium
surcharge or premium
for
on
the,
this.
for
Yeah.
the other case, and they'll be here tomorrow.
Yes,
Tomorrow.
yes.
Which means I'll be here tomorrow. I want to see them. We do have something else in our hands, though, and it's something we don't talk about very often, so I thought we
should
go over it. From 400 all the way to 1,000, we have Pelicans. And a complete squadron. You've got the 1,000. Let's start with
Are we talking dollars here? 400 to 1,000?
Their models are M400, M600, 800, and the M1000, which is the largest.
This is fantastic. This is a fantastic pen. Look at this. That big nib, two-tone nib.
Here, I've got an
You got
800
800.
here. So you can see the difference,
in the nib size is
the
massive.
M1000 is their flagship. It's beautiful.
Yes.
I prefer the size of the 800 for my hand.
This is something, you can post this. It's a little bit kind of ridiculous posted, I think. But unposted,
nice.
it's very
Nice
nice length, very nice weight. And of course, piston filler, and it's got the brass piston mechanism on it.
That's true of all of these.
They're all piston
piston
fillers.
fillers.
Yes.
So I've got the 800 here, and I think I have it in green and black and blue and black.
Yes.
As do
This
you.
this is a really nice size.
This is
too.
my favorite size.
Yes, it's a really good
Pelican. Is the M800. Not that I will turn down an M1000 because that is beautiful.
Well, you have color limitations with M1000.
Okay.
It's black or it's black and green.
Okay.
So those are kind of your limitations with that. So if you like the blue or you like the red, you can't get it in at 1000.
Okay. I'll take the 800 then.
So yes,
And I think I'd take the green.
it's a classic color.
I think this is an M600.
Yes.
M600.
Yeah, well, I've got the blue. I used to have one of these. I
another
traded a pen for one of these, and I sold it a couple years later, and I kind of miss it.
Yes, I had an M800,
You did,
but I sold it, and I miss it. This is the M600 in green.
So
and
it's
black.
just a little
And you
bit.
have the blue and black.
I got the blue and black. Yeah, just a
Oh,
little
they
bit
get a
shorter.
little smaller with
Yes.
each number. But this is an M605, and the 5 means something.
Rhodium trim.
Rhodium trim,
Yep.
which I like. This is a beautiful pen.
Yeah, the white with the green
It's a
stripe.
lighter green too,
Yeah, it's not the same green as.
not nearly the same. Is this the one that comes in the
It comes in a
the
cool.
shoelace
Yep.
box? Yeah.
Yep. Laced up box.
That box?
Yes. So
And then we have some 400s.
yeah, and this is one of the most common sizes. This is a super length posted.
This is what I have now.
Is it okay?
A 400, and I've got a vintage that is in the 100 series somewhere.
And I like this because you can still get this in red.
Yeah, the red is
The red is a very nice color, isn't it? It's very very tuxedo-ish almost. The nice stripes.
Now, I should say that the 400s and the 600s come with 14 karat nibs,
Yep.
and the 800s and 1000s come with 18 karat nibs,
Yep.
if I'm not mistaken. You said the 1000 comes with piston filler that has brass something.
Yeah, it's got this. It's got the brass piston.
Brass piston. That is not true of all of them?
Didn't used to be.
Didn't used to be. We're going to check right now.
Yeah, no, these are plastic on the floor.
Plastic, okay. On the 400s. But something else I like about Pelicans. Can you guess what that is?
I probably can guess what that
Guess
is.
what it is.
The nib unit is threaded.
Threaded, so you just unscrew it, comes
Yes.
right out. Makes cleaning of a piston filler extremely easy. And that's true of all of these pens,
Yes. Yeah.
and including my vintage one.
Yeah.
They've been doing that for a long time.
And it also means that at a price, of course, nib units you can get replacement nib units.
That's true.
So,
But
the price of gold these days
they're
is
the most expensive part of the pen.
Yes, is the most expensive part of the pen. So,
but that's true.
if something were to happen,
if you couldn't decide between a fine and a broad, you could get both.
you could get both, or if you dropped your pen, you could
don't do that.
always get another one.
True. But I just think about it for cleaning purposes.
It does make it much easier.
It makes it a lot easier.
Because then you can get a syringe in there
Which is what I do.
and blast it out.
Yep. One more thing I thought we'd mention,
Yes.
because we're getting very low. I noticed it. I walked through the store and I said, "Oh, we're getting low. Let's tell people about it." It's Hobonichi. Now, we don't have any more planners.
Planners are gone.
for a long time.
Yep, they're gone.
But we do have something I like very much, and that's the Hobonichi notebooks.
These are really cool.
Not dated.
Yes.
It's the same Hobonichi Tomoe River paper, but they're just a notebook.
Yep.
And they're
in graph.
They're graph, but the graphs have different
colors
in different sections. So you could, if you wanted to, have different subjects. There's no ribbon there to keep your spot, but a bookmark. Bookmark works.
So you've got red, you've got blue. There's like a purple.
Right.
Light green.
So because they're not dated, we got a bunch of these to hopefully last through the entire year.
I don't think they will.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
So. But we also have some of these, which are...
These are the memo pads.
Memo pads. There's thin notebooks that you can fit into your cousin's. They probably fit into this A5 notebook as well.
Probably.
Because
they're a hair shorter.
A hair shorter.
Hair shorter.
And last but not least, we have pencil boards.
Yes.
I've got one for the cousin, so it's A5. Works on anything A5, and that's an A6.
A6 size, yeah.
Which I enjoy because you put it under the paper and you have a little harder surface.
Stiffer, yep.
So I just thought we'd mention that because they're almost gone.
Yeah, the memo pad sets, actually I had those shipped up from Chicago. Lisa had them down there. And what we have is what we have. Notebooks were almost completely out. We do have some notebooks left in Chicago. So if you're in Chicago and it's easy for you to get to the Palmer House, we have some there.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Because I have seen these notebooks go out in quantities. People want, they're buying for themselves for the year.
Five at a time. Yeah. So in Tomoe River paper on all of it.
Yep.
So
really good. I can't leave here today without getting myself at least one.
I love having you on the podcast.
I know. I need a Pelican. I need a Hobonichi.
We can hook you up.
Can a kangaroo jump higher than the Empire State Building? Of course. Buildings can't jump.
It will come as no surprise to you, Mr. Anderson, that last week we had a contest.
Yes.
Do you remember what the contest was?
Fine or broad?
I think that's what it was. And I have some responses. Would you like to hear them?
Well, let's see. You chose fine.
Yes, I did.
And I chose broad.
But you said it.
With the modifier.
You just threw the whole thing off because lots of people in the comments made the same modifier. But that's good. I didn't.
That's my job here. That's my job.
It was fine or broad. I do have the results of the vote as percentage.
Okay.
And I think it surprised me a little bit. I didn't know it was going to be this much. Fine got 65% of the vote. Wow. Which left broad with 35%. Now, I will say that
let down.
I'm going to say that most people in the fine category said that either what I say, my writing is too small for a broad. They also said sometimes it's fun to use a broad. Which
you should try Sailor Broad.
I like.
Try a Sailor Broad.
I do say that broads are fun, but my writing doesn't really go with a broad. And the vast majority said they want a fine, but they don't hate broads. Now, the people who want broads don't like fines.
That's not necessarily
The other thing that I noticed is...
This is a highly statistical study.
Scientific. Other people who chose fines said that they don't always have fountain pen friendly paper to write with, so they use a fine so they don't get all that mess. So yes, when I'm writing on a paper towel, I do like a fine.
Paper towel.
I do have some comments.
How often does that happen? You do need some Hobonichi paper. You do need some Hobonichi paper.
Comments. Peggy Love said, and I'll start with this because she mentioned my name. Since Eric is always right, I got to go with fine. So yes. Mel Rorner said, as much as I can appreciate broad nibs, I just find fine nibs more practical for everyday use. That was a common theme.
Yeah.
Common theme. I'm throwing Beth Cunningham in here because she harkened back to a previous contest. I prefer fine nib on a flat top pen, of course. which I prefer the cigar.
Bonus points.
One more page says, I'm going with broad, flip it, and the reverse writing gives you a fine. So there I get both.
Is that kind of cheating? That's cheating.
Well, first of all, is it true with every broad?
It's not true with every
Not
broad.
true with every,
Yeah, it's not true.
but many.
I look at it this way. If it's not purposely designed that way,
I don't depend on it.
don't depend on it. If it works, great.
But I have had that happen. In fact, I mentioned my Pelican M800.
Yes.
Mike grounded for me, so it would do that. It's broad on this one and fine on the other. And it's gone. We have a winner.
Great.
Random winner. This was a random winner. I know she mentions my name here. But just coincidental. The winner of last week's contest of $20 gift certificate, which is a credit to your Anderson Pens account, is Carol Brosman, who said, fine, because I'm fine. Seriously, I'm really enjoying the new videos. Eric is a fine addition. Carol, please write to me, eric@andersonpens.com, and we will take care of your $20 credit. I have a new contest.
Okay.
And I'm interested in the answer here because I know my answer. The contest is...
You can't ask me this question.
I'm good. Well, okay, I won't.
Well.
I'm asking the audience.
Okay.
When you're using a fountain pen that is a cartridge converter, do you prefer a cartridge or a converter?
You go first.
Converter. I'm sorry.
Converter. Okay.
I don't usually want the ink that's in the cartridge that came with the pen. I want some other. So I'll use the cartridge. If I don't have a cartridge, I will pierce that. If I don't have a converter, I will pierce the cartridge, clean it out,
suck it out,
put the ink that I want in there. So I usually just go with a converter. And you?
I am switching over to cartridge.
Really?
Actually.
Explain that.
Well, it all started with the Pilot Vanishing Point. I always use a cartridge for the Vanishing Point.
That is the one pen that I will always use a cartridge for.
Because it's so much easier to see your ink level. And when we would be at, Lisa and I would be at pen shows, I would use the Vanishing Point because it's very convenient, especially for that. And you can't have a converter in there that wastes half the space.
Yeah, no, you get more ink in that particular.
And you couldn't ever see, even before the Con 40, when you had a Con 50, you literally had, a millimeter, 2 millimeters viewable space. So you couldn't see if you had any ink in your pen at all. So it was frustrating. So I've been switching over.
But that's for the
Vanishing Point.
I've always used a cartridge for the Vanishing Point. So
yeah.
You caught me. But if you take that out of the equation, what do you use?
I'll use cartridges for King of Pens too.
Because
it's just easier.
Just easier.
And you can, we fill a lot from ink sample vials around here. Yeah. So take a syringe and just suck it out of
the cartridge can be used as a converter. It's just you have to use a syringe to put the ink in that you want, clean it out.
So I'm gonna go with cartridge on this one.
I'm gonna go with converter, but we're interested in what you have to say. And if you comment in this video down below to tell us what your preference is, you'll be entered into the random drawing for $20 gift certificate, which is a credit to your Anderson Pens account, and a winner will be announced next week. Next up is the LAMY Safari in strawberry and cream. These are the 2022 special edition colors. It will come in fountain pen, rollerball ballpoint. The strawberry is a matte rosy red color for the body and the cap. It has a matching clip. The cream features it's a creamy ivory color for the body and the cap with a matching clip. The fountain pen nib sizes will be extra fine, fine, medium. The fountain pens come with a LAMY cartridge. The Z28 converter is sold separately. We do not have these in our hands yet. I'm not sure when they'll get here, but Justin has shown.
They will get here on the first.
On the first chance they get.
First chance they get.
First chance they get.
I like the cream.
We did have them for photography. They
yes,
came to us for photography and they left. And when I saw them, they're striking, especially together.
You kind of need to get them together.
They really pair well with one another. So on the first, we will keep you posted on that. But I do like these.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
And then you want to talk about something platinum.
So next up, Platinum 3776 Century Shape of Heart. This is a limited edition of 2,000 pieces worldwide. A black resin cap and barrel with pink gold-plated trim. Pink gold-plated 14-karat nib in extra fine, fine, or medium. And the Platinum pens have always had a heart-shaped breather hole. And the heart cutout would be melted down to produce more nibs. So on this pen, what makes it extra special is in the resin encased cap jewel. It features a sparkling crystals and 2 of the nib-shaped gold cutouts. It comes in special packaging, which includes a converter, a blue-black cartridge, and a bottle of platinum mix-free Aurora Blue ink.
I have to tell you, I like the look of this pen in the pictures. Haven't seen it in real life.
Yes, I can't wait for it to get here.
But the dome on the top of the cap,
That's cool.
with the little hearts
That's
from the
cool.
nib. I don't know if they're from the exact nib you get with the
Right.
pen,
It
but
would be
they
impossible,
are
probably.
supposedly cut out from the nib.
Yep.
It really looks cool.
Yes.
The pictures make that pen beautiful.
Yes,
I
it's
cannot
something.
wait
It's
to
something
see it.
special.
Very special. You said it was limited.
Limited
2,000
2,000
worldwide?
pieces worldwide.
Oh,
Yeah.
I might have to get one of those.
So
Just because it's really cool. Now, platinum. All platinums have always had a heart shape cutout,
Yes,
or at least the
yeah.
3776s
Yes,
have always had.
yes.
So this the heart shaped breather hole is not new, but putting the
No.
heart in the pen,
yes, yeah, that's,
and it looks like there's some kind of crystals
Yeah.
that are up
yeah.
there.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
It'll be neat.
I'm excited to see it.
It's a nice in the pink gold trim.
Yeah, that works on the black, doesn't
Yes,
it? It's
yes.
very nice, very nice. Do we know when?
On the first.
First, but this is February, March. Probably the 1st of April. I think it's going to take a little while.
Yeah.
But that was announced for, of course, Valentine's Day.
Day. Yes.
But we're not doing pre-sales. This is you
No,
can sign up
no.
for back in stocks.
Yeah, when
Same
it comes
with
in, we're
the
not
lobbies we
we're
just talked
getting
about.
we're getting just a few. So
So sign up for back in stocks, and we'll let you know just as soon as it gets here. Let's try that one. I think we're done.
I think we're done. Thanks for joining us. Tune in next time for more talk about pens, ink, and paper.
Check us out on social media as Anderson Pens.
Don't forget there's a store in Chicago.
Where's that?
It's at the ground floor of the Palmer House Hilton. It's open 7 days a week. You're going to find Lisa there.
Is that the Palmer House Hilton? That's right in the loop.
It's right in the loop. Yep.
Downtown. And open 7 days a week. Lisa's there right now.
Chicago.andersonpens.com.
Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.